Thank you.
For you this day, and an honor for me to be the one on this historical day to introduce the following leaders. We are not appreciating people enough. We need to clap other than that.
Thank you very much. Next to be introduced is a political iroko, Atiku Abubakar. Thank you very much. The longest serving president of the Nigerian Senate, former military administrator, consummate Nigerian, one single Nigerian with not in any particular order, known as Rotimi Amaechi. Next is a very principled Nigerian. Next is the best.
That's right.
Chinaka, simply known as Nasir rufai. Next to be introduced of the Obi movement, known simply as peterobi. Thank you. Who became a legislator of one of the finest universities in this country, former member of the House of Reps, distinguished senator of the Federal Republic. Election. My distinguished Edmond, Senator Everybody,
You know, this party is not about power. This party is about the welfare of Nigerians. And I can tell you categorically, I told you that before I get into an association or a political party, I take my time. When I left my last political party, it was more than 1 year ago. And I made it clear I wasn't going into APC or PDP. If there is no new arrangement that I'm sure will take care of the welfare of Nigerians, I'll stay in my house and pray. Because that's the only reason I came into politics. And as God will have it, meaning that God has really heard the prayers of Nigerians. You can see the amalgamation of all political bigwigs from every political party. This is the dawn of a new era in the political history of Nigeria. Let me tell you, ADC, not only that they are mounting it, it is in their constitution. Article 3, that talked about the motto of ADC, tells you that their motto is in pursuit of the welfare of our people and the nation. And when you hear arise and shine Nigeria, you and I know that this is the time for Nigeria to arise. We have been in darkness of this incompetent and corrupt APC. And this party that is going to be our light will shine the light in this darkness, and darkness will not comprehend it. APC will not understand what hits them.
Hello my people. In a political move that may reshape Nigeria's democratic future, some of the most prominent opposition figures in the country have actually held meeting in Abuja on 2nd July 2025. And believe me, the meeting was not for a debate. It wasn't for campaign rally per se, but to chart a united front ahead of 2027 general elections. And Atiku, Obi, Nasir, Rufai, and other key players are building a coalition And of course, we should be familiar with that news as the discussion has been ongoing for months now. And the message is loud and clear. Everyone can see that the race to unseat the ruling party has officially begun. So on 2nd July 2025, a high-powered meeting took place in Abuja where leaders of opposition, including former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former Labour Party candidate peterobi, ex-Governor Rufai, and other political heavyweights gathered behind closed doors to finalize the structure of grand coalition. And I can tell you this, the coalition isn't just a talk anymore. It's now taking shape under the umbrella of African Democratic Congress, that is ADC, a political party that has now become the adopted platform for the movement to challenge the dominance of the ruling party, that is APC, come 2027. So the meeting was not just about forming alliance. It was about solidifying the operational blueprint. We see the likes of former Senate President David Mark being appointed interim chairman of the coalition, and former Minister of Interior Ralph Arable Sola being an interim secretary. So a lot of things actually played out. According to the insiders, the Abuja summit touched on key issues. And first was finalizing the coalition's political identity. Of course, like I stated, it's been on talk, and right now it's more like it's been finalized. The talk is already done. And secondly is them agreeing on core policy goals, especially around insecurity, the economy, and of course national unity, which is the basis. And most importantly, on a consensus presidential candidate, though P2B remains a leading figure, especially among youth and urban voters. No final declaration has actually been made as we speak for now. Both he and Atiku have reportedly agreed to step back from personal ambitions, if necessary, in favor of a united front. So in the context of political arena, the development comes at a time when public confidence in the ruling party APC is reportedly declining amid economic hardship and growing insecurity across the nation, with President Tinubu facing mounting pressures. And this Abuja coalition could be the most credible threat to APC's hold on power since 2015. And with verified surprise appearance and open alignment with opposition forces, especially the political figure like P2B, which to me, like I've always stated, is something that I'm yet to be convinced on. You know, we also see that political watchers are calling this the most unpredictable and twist in Nigeria's power dynamics in recent years. And to me, I see this as a historical and unbelievable politicking of Nigeria's history. I mean, this is exceptional, what we've had years back, from rivals to partners. I mean, Nigeria's opposition leaders are sending a clear message this time around. It's no longer about parties, it's about survival of democracy. And of course, everyone has, seen that in recent months, it has been more like Nigeria is becoming a one-party nation, and of course, from, perception from all angles, that is not healthy for a democratic nation. And a lot of things are actually playing out. It's no longer about parties this time around. No, it's not. Whether this coalition holds or falls at under internal, tension remains to be seen. But one thing is very certain: the road to 2027 just got a lot more interesting. One of the most significant outcomes of the meeting is the adoption of the African Democratic Congress, that is DC, as the official platform for the new opposition coalition. But then some people will come up with the question of why ADC? And to your answer, or should I say curiosity, according to the multiple sources, the party was chosen for its neutral ground, untainted by the 2023 political battles between PDP and Labour Party, and with enough structure to serve as a credible vehicle for national opposition. I would just have to be honest with you guys. What happened in Abuja on 2nd July may go down as a turning point in Nigeria's political history. Rival opposition leaders have found common ground, not just in rhetoric, but in action. But will this unity actually hold water? Will they truly put Nigeria first? Or will personal ambition fracture yet another chance for national redemption?
I mean, already 2023 presidential candidate of ADC, Dumebi Kachuku, has described members of the newly formed opposition coalition as enemies of Nigeria who are determined to drag nation backward. This is already a fight. So hope this gets to a ground that it is actually envisioned.
The countdown to 2027 has officially begun. The political temperature in Nigeria has actually shifted, to be honest. I mean, what was once a fragmented opposition, divided by ideology and selfish ambition, ego, and party labels, has begun to weave itself into a united fabric. Potential force strong enough to rewrite the narrative of power shifts. But then beyond the headlines, beyond the camera flash, and beyond handshake moments lies the deeper challenges. What is the deeper challenges? The sustainability of this unity. Because what truly determines the success of any political movement is not just the loudness of its launch, but the strength of its purpose, the discipline of its actors, and the sincerity of its own vision. Nigerians have seen coalitions rise and fall countless times. They have watched alliances form in moments of desperation and only to collapse under the weight of self-interest. The people are no longer wooed by fine speeches or temporal alliances or whatever, especially at this time, and they have their justified demand. If this coalition must stand the test of time, it must not become a vehicle for personal redemption or political recycling. It must become a vessel for national renewal, a platform where competence triumphs over connections, where integrity matters more than incumbency, where the loudest voices are those of the people, not just the power hunger. Peterobi, Atiku Abubakar, Nasir, Rufai, David Mark, Rotimi Amaechi, and others now carry a responsibility heavier than any individual ambition. They are no longer just politicians because a lot of Nigerians are now looking up to them. The battle will be fierce. The ruling party is watching as well, preparing and also calculating from the streets of Lagos to the hills of Enugu, from the markets of Kano to the creeks of the Niger Delta. Nigerians are watching, and they are no longer interested in recycled promises. They want accountability. Everyone wants accountability in Nigeria, especially how shattered the economy has become. They want to know where the resources, the funds that is being gotten from the resources that are actually attributed to. They want hope with substance. They want leadership with a conscience. So as the new coalition begins to rise, it must ask itself, is this about capturing power or about transforming the nation? Will it actually be remembered as just another gang up against the status quo, just like what played out in 2015 that brought Buhari? Only time will tell. Like I said, let's keep watching. For now, Abuja has spoken, and the echoes are being heard across every corner of the nation. This is more than a political calculation. It is a test of courage, test of character, and a commitment. And Nigeria, as always, will be final judge. Thank you for your amazing time. Subscribe for the real story behind the headlines. This is Nigeria. The next chapter begins now.